Dear students, now today we are taking the fundamental force in the nature. Last time we have taken the gravitational force and the electromagnetic force. Today we are taking the strong nuclear force and the weak nuclear force. What is the strong nuclear force? See, when we are taking the substance or the matter, so if you divide it into small particles, then the matter is converted into the substance is converted into the particle is turns into the molecules is turned into the atom, and the atom, we are taking the electron and the nucleus, the particles of the atom. So electron, that is the negatively charged particle, and the nucleus, it has a proton and the neutrons. So proton is having the positive charge and neutron is having the zero charge. Neutron is the neutral by charge. So what happens if you are taking the simple particle, like the simple atom, lighter atom, carbon, carbon C612. So in this carbon, the Z is the atomic number, it is the number of proton, and the number of proton are 6. In the same way, A is the mass number. A minus Z is taken as the number of neutron. So in the case of the lighter atom, carbon C612, we can get the atomic number Z is equal to 6. That means number of proton and number of electron are same. Number of proton is 6 and the number of neutron A minus Z is equal to N is equal to 12 minus 6 is equal to 6 neutron. So in the lighter atom, there are the same number of the proton and neutron in the nucleus. So if we go further, and in the higher atom, we are taking the uranium 92-238. So as we go towards the higher atom, then in that case we get the number of neutrons more compared to protons. So here, if you are taking the uranium 92-238, then the Z is equal to 92, number of proton are 92, and the number of neutron is A minus Z, 238 minus 92 is equal to 146. Number of neutrons are more than number of proton. So we can say if proton's number is greater than neutron, then repulsive force is become greater. Hence nucleus become unstable, and so atom also become unstable. But if neutrons number are greater than protons, then attractive force, that is the strong nuclear force, is become greater than repulsive force. So its step or the process towards achieving the equilibrium state. Hence there emit the radioactive radiations coming out from, we are taking radioactive element like the uranium, thorium, platinum, and the other radioactive elements. So this is the process in which the strong nuclear forces act in the nucleus. Here we are taking the characteristics of the strong nuclear force. The strong nuclear force is 100 times greater than the electromagnetic force. Its range is within nucleus 10 raised to minus 15 meter. So it is short range force, and it is attractive by nature. It is very strongest force. Only act in the nucleus, not on the electrons. And it is charge independent force. That means it is not depend on the charge. It is also act between neutron and neutron, which is the chargeless particle. Okay, now let us take the law of conservation of the charge, energy, linear momentum, and the angular momentum. First, we are taking the conservation of the charge. So conservation of the quantity means what? The quantity does not change with respect to time, or quantity does not change with respect to position. So this is known as the conservation of the quantity. To conserve means to remain constant. So here we are taking the four quantity: charge, energy, linear momentum, angular momentum, which is remain conserved. So conservation of the charge definition: irrespective of any process takes place, irrespective of any process takes place in an electrically isolated system, total charge of the system remain constant. This is the law of conservation of the charge. So here any process takes place in an electrically isolated system, total charge of the system remain constant. What is meant by the electrically isolated system? The system in which chargeless particle can enter into the system. Chargeless particle can enter in system, but charged particle can't enter into system, or if there is a charged particle in the system, then they cannot come out from the system. So this type of the system is known as the electrically isolated system. We can take the example. Suppose we are taking the gamma ray, it is enter into the electrically isolated system. Then the process takes place in such a way that the gamma ray is converted into the electron and positron. So the total charge before process of the gamma ray is 0, because gamma ray is the neutral charge, it is the just one energy or the radiation, and after converting into the electron positron, the total charge of the electron plus positron is also 0, because electron is having the minus E charge and positron is having the plus E charge. So total charge is 0. We can take the another example, that is the glass rod and the silk cloth. Initially there is no charge on the system, so initial charge is 0. After rubbing, when you rub the glass rod with the silk cloth, after rubbing, the positive charge is open on the glass rod and negative charge is transferred on the silk cloth. So they are the in same amount. So after processing, the total charge is again become 0. It is Ne minus Ne is equal to 0. So this is the conservation of the charge. Conservation of the energy. Law of conservation of energy. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It is transferred from one form to the other form, and the total energy of the universe is remain constant. This is the law of conservation of the energy we ever know from lower standard. So we can take the example. Suppose we are providing the electric current to the bulb with using the cell, then electrical energy, the total electrical energy is converted into the heat energy plus light energy plus remaining electrical energy. So in this way the total energy is remain constant. Another example, you can take the rotational energy, wind energy. Okay, rotational energy is converted into the electrical energy plus heat energy. So these are the example. Now another law we are taking, law of conservation of the linear momentum. So what is the law of conservation of linear momentum? Conservation of linear momentum. If resultant force act on system is 0, then total linear momentum is constant. This is the law of conservation of the linear momentum. Suppose if you are taking, this is the system on which the forces are act in different direction. So we can take the F1, F2 and F3 such that the resultant force act on this system is F1 plus F2 plus F3 is become 0. Then F is equal to dp upon dt, it is 0. So total momentum, linear momentum is constant. So P is constant here. This is the law of conservation of the linear momentum. In the same way, we can take the law of conservation of the angular momentum. Here we are taking the angular momentum. So angular momentum, it is related to the rotational motion. Rotational motion, in which the work of the force is done by torque. Torque is equal to R cross F. The work of the linear momentum is done by the angular momentum. So here in this definition we will make a change. If resultant torque act on the system is 0, the total angular momentum is constant. So here we can take equation torque 1 plus torque 2 plus so on, torque n is equal to resultant torque is 0, then tau is equal to dl upon dt is 0, so L is constant. So these are the law of conservation of charge, energy, linear momentum and the angular momentum. Now students, today we are taking the types of the medium, homogeneous medium and the isotropic medium. So what is meant by the homogeneous medium and the isotropic medium? Homogeneous medium, the medium which is remains same throughout in the two dimension. It is equal everywhere in the two dimension. That type of the medium, either it is the air medium or the any medium, it is known as the homogeneous medium. So we can take suppose the x, y and z axis, then x, y plane, here the medium is remains same throughout, its density is remains same. If you are taking the yz plane, then in the yz plane the medium is remains same. So it is remain same in the two dimension. This type of the medium is known as the homogeneous medium. Isotropic medium, the meaning is also same for the isotropic medium, but main difference is what, that isotropic medium, that is the medium which is remain same throughout in three dimension. Here we are taking the three dimension concept in the medium. The medium in the three dimension, that is the isotropic medium, which is remain same throughout equal. So according to the scientist, if the space is homogeneous, then we get the linear momentum. The law of conservation of the linear momentum we are getting. If the time is homogeneous, time is in homogeneous medium, then we get the law of conservation of the energy. Same way, if the space is in isotropic medium, then we get the law of conservation of the angular momentum. But there is a question mark for if time is in the isotropic medium, then what we get, that is still question mark. But according to the Dirac scientist, it is the charge. The charge is remain constant. So this is about the mediums types and the law of conservation of the quantity. This is the last topic of the chapter, and this chapter is having the very less marks weightage, but it is very important to understand the physics and the science. So again revise this chapter whole and try to understand what is the physics and what is the science. Thank you.